Hey everyone, welcome to the channel and back to another Dinkum video. Today we are going to be adventuring into the deep mine, and I'll be giving you a few tips on how to be best prepared when heading into the mine, the best way to navigate through the mines, and even show you some pretty exciting items that can only be found down in the mine. If you do enjoy this video, be sure to ding the like and subscribe buttons, as those both help me out a ton. Now real quick, to unlock access to the deep mine, you will need to have purchased the first 2 mining licenses, which will then unlock the deep mining license. Purchasing the deep mining license will unlock the mine deed and grant access to the deep mines. Once you have placed the mine and provided all the necessary materials to build it, you'll be able to access the mine as long as you have purchased the mine pass from John and have it in your inventory. If you haven't purchased the metal detecting license, you will want to before we head down into the mine, as you will want to build up a decent stack of old keys, and metal detecting is the best way to find them. Now that you have a decent amount of old keys, it is basically pitch black down in the mine, so you'll want to go ahead and buy the torch from John as well so that you have some light down there. Now while you do have the entire day to be down in the mine, you will want to maximize your time down there, so I recommend progressing to the next day and heading straight to the mine first thing in the morning. Now as we fly over to the mine, you will notice I have a few pickaxes, a couple spears, torches, keys, and some food. Stamina rich food is going to be extremely important down here, as you will run out of stamina fairly quickly depending on if you are mining ore or trying to make your way to the treasure chest. A lot of the time the doors are covered in rocks. So an easily accessible food that will give you a decent amount of stamina would be cooked croco meat or cooked bananas. If you do happen to have access to the keg item, here are a few really good recipes for brewing some drinks that will not only give you big boosts to stamina, but a couple boosts to your abilities as well that are perfect for the mines. Now you'll see in my inventory, I brought a lot of unnecessary items down with me, but I highly recommend packing light so that you can maximize the amount of items you can bring back with you and really make it worth your time and money. When you get down in the mine, you will notice, as I mentioned, it is very dark, so it is important that you bring some light sources with you. You will also notice if you check the map, it is completely undiscovered. Now when I come down to the mines, I am mainly looking for these rooms here that will appear gray on the map with a little notch where the locked doors are. These are where the treasure chests are kept. Luckily, we were right next to one when we spawned in. Now, I've never personally seen this happen where the walls just aren't here and I can walk straight into the chest without having to unlock the doors, so I got pretty lucky. Looking at the first chest here, I would say this is pretty standard loot that you'll see. Kinda an average treasure chest. We have a green board, some pink paint that you can use on vehicles, an opal that sells for about 15,000, an iron bar, and a slingshot which you'll need to craft a bow. So nothing too exciting. You can also take the treasure chest itself for storage if you'd like. As we start to explore a bit more, you will notice the map does unlock so you can see where you've been. Now I didn't do it here, but I highly recommend hovering over the little pickaxe icon on the map and selecting it to highlight where it is at all times, as it is very easy to get turned around down here, just so you can always find your way back. As I'm running through the mine, you will notice there is tons of ore down here to harvest if you need that, but for the sake of time, I was ignoring the ore and going mainly for the treasure chests. Though I was still close to the entrance and did find a ruby, so I went ahead and picked that up and moved it back to the entrance just so I had it for when I wanted to leave. These can actually be worth a decent amount of dink. I've seen them range from 20 to even 80,000. I highly recommend using this candle hat if you end up finding one, as you can still have light and carry around a tool at the same time. Though as you can see, you should keep a torch handy, because if you click the torch towards any enemies, it will stun them for a few seconds, allowing you to attack them without the risk of being hit. Now as you wander around in the mines, stop periodically and check the map. It is very possible that you walked right by a treasure room without even realizing it. You may have uncovered the edge of it on the map so you can see where you should go next. The red pathing signifies dirt, where you can actually walk, and the black part is most likely blocked off by mine walls, which can be harvested and broken down, but it will take a lot of stamina. Remember, it takes 2 keys every time you want to go into a treasure room and check the chest, so it's very important that you stock up before coming down. We ended up getting another pretty standard treasure chest here with a hot cylinder, another slingshot, an opal, a copper bar, and some paint remover. Nothing special, but still okay items. If you do find yourself running low on light sources or your torch runs out, you can always go ahead and snag the torches from inside the treasure rooms. You just won't be able to stun the enemies with it. Another thing you may want to keep an eye out for are these old rusted trucks laying around. If you use your pickaxe to break them down, they will typically have a pretty decent amount of items that you would normally find metal detecting. If you have the pocket space, I think they're worth mining. Now, if you have unlocked the ability to purchase the Jackhammer from Franklin, I highly recommend having him make you one and bringing it with you down into the mine, because you will be able to break through pretty much any wall down here with ease and with a much smaller hit to your stamina. We finally got a couple special items in this chest. We did have the standard sliding handle, green board, slingshot, and the copper bar, but we also got the miner's helmet and the boogie board. Now, the boogie board actually helps you swim through the water a lot quicker and with a lot less resistance, and is actually pretty fun to use. We did also have a fossil pop out of the walls when we were using the jackhammer, which you could take back to weigh at John's shop, but I wasn't close enough to the exit and still had some exploring to do. Something else to keep in mind is you'll likely have a lot of enemies coming after you, but you can pretty much get away with not having to fight them if you just keep moving and try your best not to hit any dead ends. Unless you really want to rank up your hunting, you won't have to fight much at all in the mines. One thing I have also noticed is the treasure rooms have seemed to be mostly towards the middle and away from the edges of the map. Now, they are procedurally generated, so they are different every time. So this could just be a coincidence that I've noticed for myself, but I typically try to head towards the middle of the map anytime I go down to the mines. There is another cool item down in the mines that we've been running by that I want to mention, and that is the glowing mushroom. These look awesome and can be eaten in a pinch, but I don't recommend eating them. As you can see, they will give you 5 health, but will also cause you to lose 5 stamina. Now, in my experience, I've ran lower on stamina than health when I've gone into the mines, but if you should find yourself in trouble, they can be eaten. You can also get a mushroom lamp recipe eventually, which look really cool, so you may want to get a decent stock of these for use in the future. In the last chest of the trip to the mines, we actually got some red paint, which looks awesome on vehicles, and one of my favorite items, just because it's fun, an acoustic guitar. It even sounds really nice. I'm just kidding, it does not sound like that. But it's still a cool item regardless. You can find all kinds of stuff down here, like hang gliders, saddles to ride emus, even collars so you can tame the dogs are found down here. It's definitely worth gearing up and adventuring down into the mines. If you can even grab a friend and explore with them, it's an even better experience. That is going to do it for some tips on exploring the mines. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to dink the like and subscribe buttons. We are trying to work towards 5,000 subscribers, and it all helps me out a ton. Let me know what video you would like to see next, or leave an emoji in the comments. Thanks for chilling, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace!